Life. It's easy to say that life has been pretty shit recently. And that should just stand by itself, because there's not really a better way to describe it without writing a 200-page report on everything that's been going wrong. Hate to put the mood down so quickly, but that's just how it is. I would hate not to address the point of this video. I know I'm not one to do this kind of thing, but I just feel like putting out my opinion on this whole mess. I myself have been having a great time, with tons of uplifting events and tons of uplifting friends that just love being positive and friendly around me. But no, seriously, they've been great. I want to say that without friends, you'd probably be 6 feet underground. I mean, it would be pretty boring to live on a planet with no 5-stack on Nuke, or no nights out with your friends. Personally, I'd rather do a whole lesson of Enterprise without falling asleep next to Sebastian Leo than live on a planet with no friends. That's a lie, I fucking hate Enterprise. Besides, who's going to be there for you when things aren't going all too well? When you fall down a creek and you can't get back up? Or you just need a push in the right direction? Well, no one. Yeah, that's the thing, no one. You need friends to get you through. Because I can guarantee your friends have been through similar, if not the same situations as you over the past year or so. They might be thinking they're the only ones feeling what they're feeling, that they're the only ones dealing with all this shit. That's why I find it so important to be able to open up to people, even if you find it hard. Let's stray away from the friends now, but it really does make the difference just being able to talk to someone. If you've happened to have a longer conversation than 20 seconds with me, you'd have figured out I love music. It's pretty much my life at the moment. I love listening and making it. I love being able to just sweep away all my bad thoughts and get consumed by rhythmic tones and instruments without having to worry about my 8 upcoming overdue work assignments that I haven't yet finished. It's a utopia for me, but sometimes it does the complete opposite. It can be like a bottomless pit. This would be due to what you're constantly listening to on repeat. I know that feel/down music can be like a nicotine addiction sometimes, when your brain is looking for justification to feel bad. But just stop, and think about it next time. Because are you really getting yourself in a better headspace? Headspace that you want to always be in. Space where you feel productive and motivated to do things you love. Over quarantine, I noticed that I get myself either super pumped to do something, or find myself sitting at my desk, contemplating life for whatever reason. As a teenager, I'm always in my head, and the fact that I'm now stuck at home not doing anything gives me even more time to tell myself bullshit stories that don't even relate whatsoever towards me. I feel like I'm taking 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and then 1 step forward. And it feels like this all the time, unless I do something productive, like learning how to cook, or practicing songs, or even making this video. Now, the last thing I want to quickly talk about is quite personal and important to me, so I won't talk about it specifically in great detail. To be honest, I think I was in love. Hard to tell exactly when, but I was. I could just feel it, and there's not really a way to describe it. As time moves on and people move on, I start to realize the flaws and issues with having a relationship at such a young age, but also how incredible it is having one. How fun it is to not have to worry about anything, while also being so vulnerable. I figured that a real relationship isn't one person doing all the work while the other gets dragged around, or where your source of happiness is dependent on how the other is feeling. This is where I found myself, convinced it was fine, but in reality it wasn't. I don't regret anything to do with this because it made me a better person, and probably made them too. I just hope that they're doing well and everything's working out for them. Well, that's all from me. I really appreciate you listening to what I have to say about this and my take on all these topics that are super random and don't really make sense. But thank you so much again for listening, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.